Welcome to the Girl Gang. I'm Katrina Gardner of Katrina and Create.
And I'm Dominique Goyette-Connerty of Evergreen Marketing. On this show, we're going to chat with women business owners in Massachusetts and those who support local women in business.
Because girls don't just want to have fun. They also want to sell real estate.
They want to open a brewery.
They want to teach others to invest in the stock market.
They want to take stunning photos, plan lavish parties, and help people recover from injuries.
Girls just want a podcast.
What can we say?
We're girls. Welcome to Girls Just Wanna.
Did you hear how I just went? It's a bonus episode. So, as you know, we are not doing guest-centric episodes for the week of Christmas and the week of New Year's. So we still wanted to put out new content for you guys. So last week we did the color analysis episode. This week we were like, let's just kind of shoot the shit.
Yeah.
Finish off the year.
We knew you'd miss us.
Yeah,
so
obviously.
We needed to, make sure that we appear on your screens still.
Right, of course. So welcome to a bonus episode.
Yeah.
I was thinking, we're still going to do Hearted or Hated at the end, so you're welcome. Look forward to that. And if that's the only reason you watch the episode, you can go ahead and fast forward right now. We'll wait.
Should I start adding chapters in YouTube?
You can. That would be crazy if we had people who only listened for Hearted or Hated.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know your listening habits that well. Okay, so we were thinking we could talk about maybe some 2025 goals or whatever. And we could also talk about shit we want to leave in 2024 and trend, either pet peeves or trends that we're just over.
Sure.
Stop doing that shit starting January 1st.
Yeah.
Sound good?
I love it.
Okay. What are you want to start with some 2025 goals?
Yeah, I mean,
Not to get all personal and manifestation-ish, but
you know
why
what's
not?
funny? I saw Trisha Paytas. For those who don't know who Trisha Paytas is, figure it out.
Who?
You don't know who Trisha Paytas is?
No.
Oh my gosh. She's YouTube, TikTok royalty. No, she's just
not for long if TikTok's gone.
I know. She actually just did a guest appearance on SNL, and that was something that was what prompted this other interview that I saw, and she was I started manifesting things this year, and it actually worked, so I'm going to keep doing it for next year.
Okay.
I'm you go, Trisha. If Trisha's manifesting, I'm manifesting. No, I want to grow my product offerings, because I really enjoyed making stickers this year, surprisingly. I just started doing it on a whim, like everything in my life. I start on a whim. But I've really been enjoying it, and it kind of made me miss when I used to do embroidery hoops a few years ago. I just like making homemade products, and so I kind of want to build that out and turn it into stationary gifting types of products. So start adding notebooks or notepads and keychains and fun things. So that's what I'm thinking of for goals for next year. Yeah.
Word.
Yeah. What about you?
So I took Evergreen Marketing full-time at the end of this year. As some of you may know, that's my business. I do other things like kickbox instructing, and I do this podcast and a bunch of other stuff. But that's my main thing now is Evergreen Marketing. So I do have a revenue goal. I'm working on planning. I'm doing, I guess, kind of manifestation stuff, but I kind of don't like what surrounds that sort of idea. But anyways, I ordered this planner from this local lady that basically coaches women and stuff in business and life and whatever. And so she does a lot of free workshops and webinars that I've attended some of them. And I ordered her specific planner. And so I haven't started going through it yet, but I'm going to do that over the next few days. And there's setting revenue goals or picking one word to center your year around and things like that. Just kind of reflecting on what you did in 2024 and then kind of how you're going to grow in 2025. So definitely a lot of business planning in the works for me right now. Manifesting, working with more small preferably women-owned businesses, which was like my intention when I started Evergreen, and that has worked for me in some ways, but like I do have male clients, which isn't a problem, obviously. But I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy working with women more. I feel like there's more in common. It's easier to like, I don't know, it's easier to talk to them.
It's probably just a better fit.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be a good fit for them, and they need to be a good fit for you. And
yeah, and so like I have like a really good, I have one client right now who's like emulates like what my ideal client is. So I feel like I kind of manifested that into being. So it's great. I love working with her, and I want like 5 more of her.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, and like I've had the end of this year, I've also had like a lot of, or these past few months, I've had a lot of discovery calls with like men business owners who own businesses that like I don't really want to work with necessarily. You know what I mean? Like you have to kind of feel out like who you're going to work with, and I'll take the discovery calls. Like I'm happy to have conversations with them, but I just know like as we're talking, I can just feel like I don't think this is going to work.
Right.
So yeah, so kind of like multiplying my ideal client into my client base, having more than 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. What about, so those are kind of like business goals. What about goals for either personal or for the podcast? Let's start with podcast maybe.
Okay. I mean, monetize.
Okay, yeah, so I was thinking about this morning, and I was like, I want sponsors by the end of 2025.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Because, yeah, we've talked about other ways to monetize, and I think that might be the best route. We're literally thinking out loud right now. You're watching it happen. Yeah, I mean, and there are other ways to monetize, and we can still do those, but I would like at least 1 sponsor. And maybe I say that now, and that's like so silly because maybe end of 2025, Dominique looks back and is like, you have 10 sponsors. Like, what? 1, why shoot so low? But I think we should get some sponsors in here.
Yeah. I mean, our goal with this podcast was never to make it like,
oh yeah, we're not trying to pay
profit.
ourselves. Yeah, we're not trying to pay ourselves. We just want to pay to have the studio space and the equipment.
Yeah. And we'd love to be able to have money to grow it bigger than it is. Like, yeah, better equipment, you know, the studio space, whatever. Yeah. So that's always our goal.
Yeah, like I'm happy to donate the time of recording and editing and writing social and whatever. But it's right now we're donating our time and our services and donating our money.
Yes.
It's like every part of me is being just like funneled into the podcast. My time, my energy, my expertise in social media, my personal network of reaching out to women, my physical dollars.
Yes. Yeah, it's a lot, and we love to do it.
Yeah. It's just, you know, it's gonna like drain us over time. So we need to set ourselves up for some more sustainability. And part of that would be at least covering the money part. Yeah. Like, you know, it would be really cool if we grew the podcast so much that we had like a producer.
Yes.
Or like we had a video editor who.
Yes.
So that would like alleviate some of our time. Because even though we're capable of doing it, maybe we could pay someone to do it faster, do it better. Yeah. And like take it off our plates. Fine. Yeah. But right now, we need to pay for the studio space and the equipment. Yeah. So anyways.
That reminds me, one of the other things I was thinking of this morning for my own personal Katrina and Create stuff with like upping products that I have it would be so amazing if I could one day hire someone to do the production and like the fulfillment of my stuff.
Because when you say production, what do you mean? Like making the stickers?
Like the printing of the stickers. Oh. Yeah.
So yeah, some more of like the order fulfillment and then like addressing the labels and sending stuff through the post office and whatever.
And what I would really like to do is start doing like the markets again.
Really?
Yeah, I loved doing craft markets. It's just so fun to meet people and like I love the vibes and yeah. But if I could like one day get the business to a place where I could have like an assistant, that'd be great. That's a nice little dream.
I have another podcast goal. Yeah. I want us to hit, and this is going to seem kind of arbitrary, and in some ways it is, but we're also social media girlies, so we kind of know like what goes into this, but I want the podcast to hit 1,000 followers.
Yeah.
2025. Right now we're at like 350 or 60. 350, 360-ish. And
I think we can get it.
We've done that since March.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, March-ish.
I think we can do that.
So we'd have to more than double. We'd have to ultimately triple.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the hard thing, as we were kind of saying, is just that, like, we have so many things that we're involved with that, like, I know there's more we could do with our marketing and social media, with, like, reaching out and doing the engagement to get people to come back to the show. But, you know, there's only so much time in the day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything else for the podcast that you can think of?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm excited for what we have to come for the show.
All right. Any personal goals, like unrelated to work or podcast, that you have?
I mean, ideally, I would just like to kind of get my life together.
What an umbrella goal. Let me just get my shit together.
Like, I want to be a more organized person. I want to be better with my money. I want to be better with, I guess, just like taking care of myself. I haven't really been like doing well with self-care this year.
Oh.
So, like, I don't know, like eating proper meals, like making myself meals, putting my clothes away in a timely fashion, and like keeping on top of that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't know, just like taking better care of myself because I put myself last all the time.
Ouch.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay. 2025 is going to be your year.
2025.
You should put that on a vision board. Your folded clothes in piles. Things like that.
Yeah. What about you?
I have a few things. So kickboxing, obviously, I've been doing. I just hit 375 classes total.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. So I've already set my class goal for 2025, which is right now, it's 575.
Yeah.
So 200 classes, basically.
Yeah.
In the next 12 months.
Yeah.
However, I'm going to leave my goal at that. However, if I start cranking through classes and I see that I'm getting there or whatever, I could up it to 600. But I'm gonna shoot for 575 first.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
Yeah.
It's not doable. It just means I have to keep up the pace that I'm currently at right now, which is like
It's
a lot. I'm taking a lot of classes right now.
Yeah.
Because I have the time for it, and that's fine. But as the business grows and maybe as the podcast grows and stuff, like, will I be able to work out as much? We'll see. I also realized I did not, as you know, I live on a lake and I kayak. I have a kayak. Didn't kayak at all this year.
Oh, sad.
Right?
Yeah.
Summer just kept slipping away from me. And so
August slipped away to a moment in time.
So
It was never mine.
So yeah, I'm gonna get back into kayaking this year. I don't have a specific like number of like kayak ventures that I take.
Just
I just
kayak, period.
Just kayak. Yeah, I just gotta get my kayak back out in the open waters.
Okay.
I
I also every year have a reading goal also.
Oh.
So this year I wanted to read 30 books. I'm at like 28 or 29.
Oh wow. You'll get there. Well,
I'm in a slump right now. I'm finding it hard to get into something.
So do you have one set for 2025?
No. So last year in 2023, I was like, oh, I'm going to read 23 books in 2023. And I was like, that's what I'll do every year. But then I reached that pretty easily. And so then I was like, no, I'm going to do 30 books. So
But now you kind of almost maybe didn't reach that.
Yeah,
so.
I might keep it at 30 again for next year, which I think is a good amount. It's a couple books a month, a few books a month. Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's okay. I forget what else I was going to say. Well,
You were at kayaking
Yeah.
and kickboxing.
Oh, one domestic trip at least. One international trip, which has been my goal. Not necessarily like a goal, but like what I've wanted to be doing the past few years, which obviously didn't happen in the pandemic. But it did happen this year. This year I went to Paris and I went took a couple of domestic trips. Technically, I went to Mississippi for a bachelorette, and then I went to Alabama for the wedding. I think in 2025, I'm pretty sure it's like almost confirmed. I'm going to Seattle, which I've never been on the West Coast. It's like I haven't been to Washington or California or anything. So that's one. And then I don't know about the international trip. We'll see.
Nice.
So
that's exciting.
yeah, I'm sure there are other things I'm not thinking of right now. But
Yeah.
all right.
All right. Well, that's the year to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's talk about what we're going to leave behind in 2024.
Oh, yeah.
I made probably too long of a list for what we have for time here. And you know that I could just go on and on because I have hot take after hot take, apparently.
I am just like, my brain is such mush at this time of year that we talked about how we were going to do this. And I'm like, I don't even know. I just want to sleep. But I did think about something that I want to leave in 2024, which is group texts. Take me out of your group text. I don't want to be in it.
It's funny you say that. I'm only in a couple. And one of them, the past like week or so, I finally got to the point where I was like, I'm muting this.
They're all muted.
See,
I
that's
don't
good
care.
for you. Good for you. I was really like, I want to leave this.
Yeah.
But I just knew it would send the wrong message.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because they are friends and whatever.
Yeah.
And to some extent, they're coworkers too. And I was just like, I want to leave this message so bad. Like, it's Saturday night and they're going back and forth. I'm like trying to have dinner with my mom. I'm like, please stop. I don't want to hear about this right now.
No, it's my family one. They're like, Katrina, why haven't you said anything?
Thank God I don't
like,
have a family group text.
I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, I got bigger
outta here.
I got bigger fish to fry. I can't. Maybe that should be my word for 2025 is like focus. Like discipline, which is like don't text me.
Yeah, and maybe that goes along with my theme of me just being like, I'm so tired. Just like, don't talk to me.
I thought of definitely a few. Cash only places.
Oh, yeah.
What? Literally
Enough.
what?
Enough.
That's enough. I'm sorry. I mean, to some extent, I sympathize with small business owners who don't want to pay whatever the credit card fees are for using the system. But like, even I am a solopreneur and I'm paying. You get the tax deduction. I mean, you get the deduction at the end of the year when you do the taxes. Like, they recognize that as a business expense.
Even like as somebody that has previously and is starting to again like sell on Etsy and do like market type things. I kind of understand cash only, but no. If anything,
I never have cash.
If anything, card only.
Yeah,
like
I never have cash. So I was thinking. So I got some scratch tickets as part of a present for my stepdad.
Yeah,
and I don't know if this is only the place where I went. Like, is this a thing that the lottery is cash only? Mm-hmm. It is everywhere? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, so I was at, like, the local the package store, whatever, and I was like, oh, I'm going to get scratch tickets. But I knew that there's a sign that says cash only, so I had to go to the ATM beforehand to get cash.
I went to my
ATM's
ATM,
other town.
which is my husband. I was like, do you have any cash on you?
And I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And also then I went and I got my brother a gift certificate. There's this certain barber shop where he likes to get his hair cut. So for Christmas, I got him a gift certificate to go get his hair cut, whatever, because he hates paying for it. He's a kid. He's 19. So I went and got him a gift certificate. I'm happy to support a small business. I'm happy to give you my money. I go in, cash only. I'm like,
so, like, a real quick example of this, too. So, my hairstylist, she recently was like, I'm not doing cards anymore because she had someone do, like, a chargeback after she did their hair. And she was like, I'm pissed. Like,
that's insane.
They tried to say that, like, she didn't do it right. And then, like, of course, the banks just, like, agree with the customer.
Really?
And so she was like,
I should do that more. That's how to save money 2025. No, I'm
she
kidding.
was like, cash only. Like, so I go there, or like right before I got there, I was like, I'm going to be late, especially if you need me to go to an ATM and get cash. Yeah. And she was like, oh, I'll do Venmo. That's fine. That's fine. You know? Like,
thank God I went in and I didn't know this barbershop was cash only. So I went in with a card and he was like checking me out, like ringing up the thing, writing out the card. And then I was like, oh. Then I saw a sign, which is a small sign in the back of the place that said cash only. And I said, oh, is it cash only? Because I don't have enough cash. Like, okay, I'm going to have to leave. He said, well, we also do Venmo and Cash App. And I was like, okay.
Right.
I mean, that seems a little sketchy business purposes because I definitely paid a personal Venmo account. Right. And not a business Venmo, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
like, I'm really close with my hairdresser. So it's like, I don't care if I Venmo her. if you are a cash only establishment, you need to shout that from the rooftop. Like,
Right. Yeah. You need to like advertise that more. Because I also called
Yeah.
the barbershop before I went over to say, hey, you guys do gift cards, right? Also, are you
Yes.
open today?
Also, it's cash only.
Yeah, that would have been good to know. So, anyways,
Okay, what else do you got? What are you leaving behind?
I want people to stop with the new, like the water bottle fads, right? Like this year it was the Stanley.
Yeah, I don't think
You
it's
have your
stopping.
Stanley now. That's great. You have your Stanley.
There's
If
gonna be
there's going to be
another.
a new water bottle in 2025, don't buy it.
There's
Stop.
gonna be another.
I'm sick of that.
People
like it was
are
the Hydro
obsessed.
Flask.
Yeah.
The Hydro Flask. It was what the Yeti.
I don't know why or how water bottles became trendy, but
I'm just like, okay, we're done now. You can have one or two water
what
bottles.
happened to back in the day when no one drank water?
Katrina's like, I want to go back to being
Let's
dehydrated.
go back.
So I'm like, remember back in like, what was it, February or something, when Stanley was doing like limited edition ones that were like for Valentine's Day or I don't know. And people were like in line at Target, like fighting each other over the Stanleys. Stop that shit.
No. Yeah,
The
I
buck
agree.
stops here. That's it. You have your Stanley or you have whatever else you use. That's it. No more water bottles.
I agree.
Okay, what else?
Do you have another?
Oh, you don't have any more?
No,
Yeah,
I
have
told
some.
you. I'm brainless.
Okay, what else? Ugh, 9 to 5. I'm done with that shit. Leave your job. No, I'm kidding. To some extent, I'm kidding, but to some extent, I am serious.
Just
Obviously.
like the hours of 9 to 5.
Oh
being
no,
like
just
a-
like working for someone else. No, I'm kidding. I mean, obviously, like that's how the economy functions. But I feel like if you're in a shitty job or
Yeah.
like you're getting super underpaid or super underappreciated, like you need to either find a new job or you need to like figure out a different plan because the standard like corporate culture, and I love following like corporate Natalie and all like
Yeah.
all the corporate like sarcasm and stuff memes on Instagram.
There's
I'm
this-
like, all this stuff, we're not letting that shit fly in 2025.
There's this guy that was just on TikTok on my feed, and it was him like pretending to have a conversation between like a staff member and like HR,
Yeah.
and like this like monotone voice that he used to like go over like the stupidest thing in the world. It was really funny. I wish I like was remembering it more.
Yeah.
Like I said, brain has
brain
stopped
is
working. Yeah, no, corporate world.
It needs to not.
Yeah.
Either do better or get out. We're done with that. It's
Yeah.
going to ruin your life. Like, even I think about my mom a lot, who's worked for the same employer for over 30 years, and she still, like, will complain to me about stuff at work. And I'm like, I think the time to correct this was long ago. Thank God she's coming up on retirement in a few years. Because I'm like, the shit that she deals with day in and day out, if I had over 30 years at a certain employer, you best believe I'm calling the shots.
My
Like,
mom's been with the same employer since she was 18.
Yeah.
I think she really enjoys it.
Good. Then that's great.
They also, again, it's like at this point, they let her do whatever she wants. Like, she went part-time, it was fine.
Right.
She went back to full-time. She works like, it's like in an office. They can work from home. She likes to work in the office.
Okay.
But she works from like 2 p.m. to whenever. And there's no one else there. She just like keys herself in. Like, they don't care. Like,
Great.
so
If that works for her, then that's great.
it's a woman-owned business.
Perfect. Classic. Of course it is. Of course it is. A man would never. Oh my God. All right, maybe one more.
Yeah.
There's so many. I mean, I don't want to even go into like over the top wedding culture and bachelorettes because I could talk about that for 15 minutes.
I agree.
So I'm just going to leave it at that. That's all I'm saying. Over the top wedding, over the top bachelorettes, tone it down in 2025.
Get married, have your parties.
Get married,
but,
have your
like,
parties. That's great. I'm happy to go.
We're
I'm
not
happy to bring a
spending
gift.
thousands upon thousands.
We're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go, because I could go much further into it. We're just going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you. Get married. Have a big party. Have a small party.
Yeah.
Have no party. That's up to you. It's your wedding. It's your
Yep.
marriage.
Happy for
But,
you.
like,
I want to celebrate.
we're not doing bridezillas in 2025. We're not doing your, bridesmaids who spend thousands of dollars.
If the carpet at the venue doesn't match the wedding colors, who cares?
Stop. Is that a thing?
Yeah, that happened. around for something like that once.
Okay. So we're going to leave it at that.
Yeah. We're leaving all that behind.
Yeah.
It's the end
Goodbye.
of 2024.
Sayonara.
Here comes 2025.
I'll think of more. I'll put them on our Instagram stories.
Yes. And we should ask other people.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do a question.
Yeah, we'll do a poll on Instagram, so look out
Yeah.
for that. We'll see what you want to say goodbye to in 2024.
Yeah.
All right. Last Heart It or Hate It of 2024.
You ready?
Yes.
Who should go first?
I'll go.
Okay.
So my first one is going to be Heart It or Hate It, Dry January.
Hate it.
Have you ever done it?
No.
Okay.
Because I don't want to.
That's fine. No judgment. That's fine. I did it last year for the first time, and I think I'm going to do it again this upcoming year.
I mean, I probably should do it.
I mean, whatever.
I've been drinking.
January?
I've been drinking more this year than previous years.
And I support that. I support that more than other things for you.
Yeah, it's been a year for cocktails and Prosecco's and sour beers.
You're like, and wine and
yeah,
and vodka and literally
martinis,
everything
yeah.
you could ever drink ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. I think I here we are at the end of 2024 and I'm like, do I want to do it? Do I want to do it? I don't want to lead myself to binge drink through the end of the year. But like I feel like I might do that if I know that I'm going to be dry January. And then what also happened last year was like it wasn't that hard. Because, like, I'm not super social in January, or at least I wasn't last year. I did go to one karaoke night with a bunch of the kickboxing friends, and everybody was drinking. They were like, oh, just have one. And I was like, no, like, I'm doing dry January. They were like, well, we won't tell. Like, what does it matter? And I was like, well, yeah, but I know. It's for me. Literally, it's for me. It's for no one else but me.
Yeah.
So, so that was, like, the one time I was social last January. So if I'm just not social this January, then, like, we're fine. And then what ended up happening last January is February rolled around and guess what? Still wasn't social. And so I like didn't end up drinking till the last week of February,
Yeah.
which I was like, that's crazy. And then the best part is you have one beer and you're like, your tolerance is at like a 0.
That does sound exciting.
I was like, wow, I'm going to save so much money on alcohol.
Jesse did it last year, and
Did he really?
I do remember.
Why wasn't he my companion in this?
I don't know.
We could have had dry dates.
I had to like whip him into shape towards the end because it would be like January 29th, and he's like, well.
He's like, well, I basically already did the whole month.
Yeah, and I kept being like, all right, you're going to feel shitty about yourself. Like, I was like.
You don't go that far just to go that far. Like,
right.
You don't do 29 days just
and then
to give up on the last
he'd
two.
be like, yeah, but I actually started on December 29th.
Oh, lame.
And I'm like, that's not what it is.
Right.
It's dry January. It is still January. So.
Look at you little, taking my influences of Enneagram 1.
I
You're
know.
like, it's a rule that we need to follow.
I'm like, this is why I don't do it. Because I would break the rule. So if you're going to do it.
You know what? I'm going to give you some credit, though.
Uh-huh.
You've been pregnant before. So
yeah.
you already did 9 months dry.
I know. And I have thought about.
You're like, well, actually, no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
If I ever were to get pregnant again, I drink more now than I used to. So
Exactly. You're like kind of borrowing from the future.
yeah, like the first time I got pregnant, I wasn't that much of a drinker. And so, like, I would go out and drink socially, but I never really drank wine at home, like at night by myself, which now I do. So if I were to ever have another kid, that might be more of an adjustment this time around than the first time around.
Life comes at you fast with
Yeah.
that drinking alone at home sort of lifestyle.
I mean, actually, I do think I was getting pretty drunk before I realized I was pregnant, because it was May of 2020, pandemic. We were like speakeasying it up at Cold Harbor, and like Cold Harbor was shut down, but my husband was working there, so like we would go in the back and like get shit faced, and then it was like, oh look, 2 lines, okay.
Okay. Yeah, and dry January makes pregnancy seem literally way more worse than it already than I imagine it already to be.
Yeah.
It's like 1 month of not drinking is hard enough. So 9 months.
It's also just not drinking, but it's like no sushi and no cold cuts. And
Sure. Okay, well that was dry.
Anyway,
so I'm gonna go hard it because I love a challenge. I love a streak too. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
well, go you.
We'll see. Listen, it's still December 30th. I have time to decide, but I think I'm doing it again this year.
I'll be cheering you on with my glass of wine.
Okay. You're like, toast to you, bitch.
Yeah. My hard it or hate it, I borrowed it from your list. It is teeth whitening. And I'm kind of thinking like at home whitening strips.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think hate it.
Oh.
Yeah, I put them on here because I've done whitening strips in the past. Like I've done the Crest ones, and then I bought some like off-brand, not off-brand, but like just a different brand on Amazon besides Crest. It's like Dr. Dent. And so I got those, and they sucked. They were the worst. They were like super sticky, gooey, but like didn't really stick to your teeth that well. So then I sent this one brand in particular sent an email like saying that if you wrote them a review, they would give you a gift card to Amazon. And I was like, okay. So I wrote an honest review. I think I gave them like 3 stars because I was like, I mean, I don't really like them. Like there's sticky gooiness, blah, blah, blah. And a real human reached out to me and was like, sorry about your bad experience. We'll give you a free, is it LED whitening kit? Have you seen those where you put the stuff on your teeth and then you put the piece of
I've seen
plastic in your mouth and
Yeah.
you turn the light on?
Yeah.
And you have to wait for like 16 minutes?
Yeah.
They were like, well, if you, sorry about your experience, let's send you a free LED whitening kit and maybe you'll like that better. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Sure, thanks. And then they were like, but you have to take down your negative review.
Oh.
And I was like, I mean, fine, I guess. You're going to send me free stuff anyways.
Yeah.
And so I've been trying that, and I just don't really think, I mean, I only do it like once a week or once every other week.
Yeah.
And I like try to be consistent about it, but I'm not. So I'll go like months without doing it.
Yeah.
And I don't really like feel like it does that much. So I'm kind of like, man, am I just wasting money?
I'm going to say hard it. I did it once many years ago. I think it was like back in high school. Me and my sister were
back
still
in high school?
living together at home with our parents. And she used to like leave her strips on overnight. And she'd wake up and her teeth would hurt. But they were white. They were white. I did not do that. But I did take like before and after pictures after like the 20 or so days that you're supposed to use it. And they did.
Did you use them every day for 20 days?
Yeah.
See, like that I feel like is too much.
Oh. Well,
Like I
your
think that
teeth might hurt.
No, I think that's what they're telling you. Like, oh well, if you do it every day, like you'll have white teeth, and it's like, yeah, that's a little. Like, I don't need to be whitening my teeth every day. God damn,
Yeah. No, I
that's
mean,
a bit much.
It worked. I did recently get, I think for Black Friday, I bought more white strips, and I haven't used them yet. But it came with like the 20-day pack, and also like a 2-hour like rapid one. And I tried that, and I didn't notice a difference for that. But I'm still a believer. I'm gonna say heart it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I only do it for the mental, like, oh, this definitely works when it doesn't. I'm just like, yeah, if I tell myself it works, it makes me feel better. Okay.
What's next?
Oh, okay. Vision boards.
That's an interesting one. I'm gonna say I love the idea of it.
You know what? You're kicked out of Heart It or Hate It. You don't get Heart It or Hate It privileges anymore. You either heart it or you hate it. You can't heart the idea of it, but I've never done it, so I can't do both.
I have
Pick
done
one.
it. I have done it.
Okay. And how did you feel about it? You liked it or you didn't like it?
Ooh.
You're overcomplicating it.
Okay, fine. Hate it. Hate it. I hate it.
Remember when we started this podcast and we were like, oh, it's going to be a rapid fire section? And then we kept saying rapid fire, and we kept not doing it. So then we had to change it to be like,
Sorry,
it's not
guys.
rapid fire.
Welcome to our deep
You wouldn't
dive.
survive in March 2024 Girls Just Want a Rapid Fire Heard It or Hate It segments.
Fine. Hate it.
Okay.
No questions asked, please.
Like, no comment. Okay, I guess I'm a little surprised by that because I feel like you're a crafty girl.
Well, yeah. We did a vision board event through
Yeah, and I
YPWA.
loved that. Mm-hmm. I loved that.
I didn't finish
And
mine.
I kept mine, okay, now that's less surprising. I kept mine on my fridge that whole year, and I actually did, like, accomplish a lot of the things that I, like, wanted to and whatever. So I intended to do one last year, and I, like, cut all the stuff out, and then I never made it. And I was just like, whatever, it's all in my head.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, 2024 was kind of all over the place for me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do one for 2025, and I also feel like I have a better idea of, like, things that I want in all these different areas of my life now. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to do that as an end of year activity by myself. Okay. And yeah, so I'm going to go hard it.
I want to do one for 2025. I don't think I will. I doubt it will end up happening, but I want to. I just know myself by this point in my life. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I guess I'll say hate it.
Okay.
What? Next is mine?
Yeah.
Next is mine. I know it's a little bit away, but hard it or hate it, Valentine's Day.
Hate it. That should come as no surprise to literally anyone who knows me.
Yeah, I'm also going to say hate it.
Really? Mm-hmm. I mean, Valentine's Day isn't the only holiday that I would say hate it to, but it's definitely one of the ones that I'm like, that's dumb.
Yeah.
Never liked it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think in, like, 4th grade, it was fun to give out the little cards with a piece of candy. And ever since then, don't see the point.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day is for kids.
Even that, I have to do that for Jamie's class. You know, I have to go out and get the cards for his class. Ugh, I don't want to.
I think it's cute if they have fun.
It is
but,
cute
like,
when he comes home
people
with his
who
little
brought
Valentines.
people who brought that into adulthood, please stop.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I will say that every year for Valentine's Day, Jesse will get me, like, a rose, which is very sweet. But we don't celebrate.
Yeah.
Just because neither of us have really cared. It's funny. One year, I got my wisdom teeth removed on Valentine's Day because they offered
So
me.
romantic.
Honestly, I've never been more pampered in my life.
Well, there you go.
Yes, it was. Everyone's like, oh, what a romantic day. And I'm like, listen, he got me all my meals. Yeah. He made sure that I was comfortable on the couch. I can't think of a better way to spend Valentine's Day.
I think that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, they offered me the day, and it's like, why wouldn't I? It's just a day. It's just a Tuesday.
Yep. Yeah, I think it is just one of those obviously way over commercialized capitalist society, like spending days, and it's like, can we chill? Can we stop spending money on shit we don't need?
Yeah, agreed.
It's silly.
Okay, well, that was it.
I'm personally more of a leap day girl, so
okay, that is surprising.
No, it's not. I took leap day off from work last year. You don't remember this?
I don't think I realized it was leap day.
You don't even get me.
What's so exciting about it?
It's an extra day that you only get every 4 years.
Yeah.
And so you want to what? Spend it at work?
What else are you going to do? What did you do?
I slept in. I watched the Modern Family episode about leap day.
Mm-hmm. Did you watch the movie Leap Year?
No.
I
did whatever the fuck I wanted to. It was leap day. It was my day.
To me, that feels... I mean, I guess it's not the same as Valentine's Day, but it's just another day.
But it's an extra day. We have February 14th every year.
Yeah.
We don't get a February 29th every year.
Yeah.
So it's not just another day. It's an extra day.
Okay.
That's what makes it special.
Yeah. Okay.
So I was like, I'm going to do whatever I want with this day. Not work for the man. And I said, Mom, I am a rich man. Okay, well, that's it.
That's it. All right.
And we'll see you in the new year.
See you next year.
Later, ladies.
Later, ladies.